It's all BBW September on Yarona FM. All BW bangers all day.
I go by the name 𝗕𝗕𝗪 all the way from the 𝗕𝗧𝗪. I am a recording artist and a creative entrepreneur. Yeah, that's what I like to call myself.
You already know it is.
How did you get the name 𝗕𝗕𝗪?
𝗕𝗕𝗪 derives from my government name, Bantata, which I guess people were just lazy to call me the full name, 𝗕𝗕𝗪. And we get, okay, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm on a Bantata. We know you as a musician, but I don't think we've ever engaged you on a personal level. Tell us about your family.
Good question. I've actually never been asked this question in a long time. I grew up as a single child. You know, I didn't have any siblings growing up. I grew up with both my parents until maybe I was like 15. Then I started living with my mom alone. Yeah, just growing up, being an only child and protecting my old lady.
What happened as a child growing up, learning the world that resulted in the artist that we know today? What would you say influenced you?
What influenced me is realizing that you came here alone and you're gonna go alone. Throughout life, you know, we have our people who love us and care for us, but subconsciously we get to forget we're actually alone. So you need to look out for yourself. There's no one that's going to teach you how to know. In order to become a better artist, you need to practice, you need to research, you need to find out who you are yourself, you know what I mean? So just life itself taught me what to know. You need to put that in your own hands and be better for yourself.
You know what it takes to be great. Do you know? Sacrificing all the things that you love. I was grinding, so I'm shining for a better tomorrow. Now take a look at me as I take the lead, and you just watch and follow. Hey, we gon' shine forever.
I remember back in the day when RB2 was born, there was a man called 𝗕𝗕𝗪. He used to host a hip-hop show on a Friday. I used to listen to him a lot. That's when I knew what I really love hip-hop. Do you remember your first involvement with music where you felt like this is something that I really love and something that I would also want to try?
I don't think I remember the first time, but I remember a few of the first times when I first heard, especially hip-hop. And then I saw what he has dreads as well. So I'm like, so because I have dreads also, does that mean I can do this? I just fell in love with the way that he dressed, the way that he would articulate himself with the interviewing. I'd say when I first watched MTV Base, it was a video 𝗕𝗕𝗪. And then also going to school, I used to listen to Yarona FM every day when Ska was the presenter on the breakfast show. Who was it? Was it Tumi?
Yes.
Yes. And he used to play a lot of local music. He used to play Vizo, he used to play himself. So yeah, those kind of moments also inspired me. Or no, I also want to be played on Yarona FM, so I need to work my hard, you know?
So you went from listening to Ska to making songs with Ska. Tell us about the first studio track that you recorded. Where did you record it at? Who gave you the beat and how did it go?
The first ever recording session, I think it was a neighbor of mine called 𝗕𝗕𝗪. I know he was already in the music, so he had like a little small microphone and he used to make beats as well. So that was the first time I saw guys making music, you know what I mean? And then I asked for then I jumped in, and then shout out to VS Cufflinks, 𝗕𝗕𝗪. He's one guy that took me to my first professional studio. When I first saw that studio, I was like, wow. And when I did the desk, professional microphones, like 3 microphones in one studio. That was the very first time I remember. That's when I'm like, you know what, this is what I want to do for life.
It's many times that we tried, many times that we failed, but we just kept it moving, never quitting, setting the pace. Now we just owning the place, claiming the space like we in real estate.
Looking back, what would you say have been the benefits of being an artist in Botswana?
The benefits of being an artist in Botswana, I'd say, honestly, being a public figure here in the country, it's nice, you know, it's nice because there's a lot of freedom that comes with it.
And favors?
And favors. I think that's the word that I want to use. Not freedom. You don't have the freedom, actually. You don't have freedom, but you get the favors. You know, I don't have to stand in a line sometimes. There's someone that knows me and likes my music, which I really appreciate.
Let's talk about the money. I'm thinking once I mentioned the money, or there's money there, more music.
There's money in the music, but you have to find it. You know, you have to also position yourself in a way that you need to make money. You need to understand also, one, you're in Botswana, and you need to understand your environment. So you can't do things or whatever, but you just need to understand your environment. Okay, this works here and this works there. You know, study the people that you've seen have been successful with money and see how they did it and see how you can do it in your own way. The money is there, you just need to find it, and it's not easy and it's not hard.
It's my life, I'ma do anything I wanna. That's our lives, we can live it anywhere we want.
There is something that I've noticed about you over the years, Gore. You are an individual, which is why I would understand Oro Hudlole, the only child. You hold your own. But at the same time, you are humble enough to work with so many artists. You are not really this type of person or a beefy type of guy. Tell us about that. How did you come to that? Because we know hip-hop, it entails attitude. I'm the best, I don't need anyone else.
With me, I think it's honestly just coming from who I am already as Bantata. You know, when I got into the music industry, I've seen it's very easy to change, especially like I was saying with the fame and all that. It's easy to get a big hit. It's easy to feel like the world owes you something, you know what I mean? But when you ground yourself and remember that you're not the first one. I always remember that there were people who did what I'm doing way before me. And some of them are further, some of them are behind still, you know what I mean? So I remember what life can change, man. So you just need to stay true to yourself and just stay pure and true. I believe in collaboration because it leads to more collaboration. If I collaborate with Ska might introduce me to somebody that God wants me to meet, but there was no other way for me to meet that person through. But I had to do it by making the song with Ska, for example.
Looking for Nayono.
This month of September, we're playing only BW music on Yarona FM. Do you know about this and what are your thoughts?
I love it. I wish you guys can do it, not just this month. If you can do it every single time. What happened to the was it 90% quota? What was they say? We need that back, man. Yeah. You know, when that happened, Cosbots was looking at us nicely, you know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like it's great. There's a lot of quality music now coming out from the country. And I feel like stations like Yarona FM, for example, have shown that there's a standard and it inspires and motivates guys to push that standard.
What else do you think we need to do holistically as Botswana to ensure that people in the creative space can eat? The radio presenters, the MCs at gigs, the event organizers, those who do graffiti, the b-boys, the entire value chain.
People always complain about government doesn't do what, ding doesn't do what, but if we don't actually get that kind of support, there's nowhere else we're going to go. You know, if we don't get your corporates that use our music in their adverts and, you know, like you're saying, the entire value chain, we are also a big major piece in that value chain. If people in position like your corporates and the government, if they could see a way to support us, local people who are the supporter of defend, they will see that and it'll attract them to even come to the shows. So like promoters as well, you know, them I know they're in business, they're gonna use supply demand, they're gonna book whoever's in demand from the next country. But if we instill that thing, in local we have top quality artists, hey man, I feel like we can really go far. Guys, let's work, let's not wait for somebody to come and help us or support us. They'll come along the way. Opportunity favors the consistent and committed.
Speaking of consistency, what can we expect from you before December 2024?
I just dropped a new album called Titty's Revenge. It's available everywhere on every platform, you know, Apple Music, Spotify, whatever you use is there. I'm sure it's also playing on Yarona FM. The songs are out here, so check it out there. So expect more videos. We're shooting music videos and events, man. We're throwing some crazy events. We are in this game to change and make history. We are going to bring Akon and Chris Brown to Botswana.
And what's your advice to a youngster out there, a 15-year-old Benty who looks up to you and says, one day I want to make it in this world and be an artist who can perform at the biggest stages, not only in Botswana but in Africa, but also noting that, you know, education is important as much as we want to pursue the arts.
You know, like you're saying, education is very important, you know, and education isn't just going to school, it's learning. We're blessed with the internet that has information in abundance. There's a whole lot of information out there that we can access, you know what I mean? If you want to get into this thing, you need to learn the dynamics of it. What happens if I do this? Look at the people that you look up to. If you look up to me, look at me, look at where I started. Try to pick up my mistakes, because a lot of the lessons that I've learned was through other people's mistakes and people that I look up to. So I really learn more from people's mistakes than I do from their successes. So if you guys can do that as well, you know, just dig deeper in yourself as well. I know it sounds cheesy, but believe in yourself. Like, it's true. Like, if you don't believe in yourself, don't expect me to believe in you.
How you gonna live your life? Doubting yourself all the time.
And where can we follow you on social media? And please, what's got a blog?
If you come to me, I'll blog. Catch me on Twitter, Instagram, Why So Fantastic, Facebook, Ban-T, yeah, that's where we at.
Thank you so much, my king. I absolutely appreciate you as a person. I love you. I love your music. I love your energy. I've never seen you whether 3 a.m. from a gig or wherever. You are an inspiration to this country, and we hope the kids can learn from you. Grow as a business, make money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, thank you to you as well. You know, you guys have been supporting me ever since I came out into the scene. You know, you guys have really been there pushing, and it's people like you guys that motivate us to keep going, and thank you.
Anybody trying to stop us, hide about time.
All blue, black and white September. Live the music. Yarona FM.